just what we find. Two guys, one beer, two states of mind.
So what's up, man?
Hey, hello,
everybody.
Mr. Gene. Hello, everybody out there. We are doing our first live. Well, it's not a live remote. It's live for us.
It's live for us, yeah.
Nobody else. Yes, everybody else here is live.
Yeah, everybody's having a good time, dude. I'll tell you what, man. I just want to first say, give a huge shout out to the Gopher Hole.
Yeah, we are at the Gopher Hole, and
they're letting us set up shop here and record.
And I'm sorry, but it doesn't. The name really doesn't, to me, doesn't really tell much about what it is. But this thing is pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome, man.
Nice bar, nice sitting area. They've got darts. They've got pool. They've got a lot of tables. I'm assuming they're serving. It looks like they're serving bar food.
Yeah, it's got bar food.
The coolest thing is the golf
simulators. Oh
yeah,
man, it's it looks like good people having a lot of good fun.
Yeah,
it's a good atmosphere. So this is the place you need to be here on Friday night with us.
It's in Abingdon, and it's right on Main Street. You can't miss it. Well, actually, you can miss it because it is a hole. It's like a speakeasy.
Yeah.
You've got to go up a set of stairs, and but yeah, look it up.
So,
look up the address. We'll put the we'll put maybe the address.
Yeah.
Up here, we can do that.
So so I understand everybody that lives here in Abingdon knows what the hardware restaurant.
Oh yeah, the old hardware
company. So it was downstairs, and this place was a storage.
Wow.
What I was told by the manager for 75 years.
Wow.
Just storage. Probably I think I need a lot of work. The guys. It was 2 years in the making for these people to kind of renovate. Dude, I'm telling you, if you want something to eat, drink, and have fun. Oh yeah, this is a place to be.
And hopefully we'll maybe take you around here in a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll get the camera, we'll move around, and we'll show you all the stuff, and you can see it.
Yep.
Maybe do some really cool background music to make it look professional.
Yeah, I'll tell you. And if you do come by, tell them that Unranked and Unhinged.
Yeah, tell them you saw us. Tell them you saw us on Unranked and Unhinged.
Yeah, tell them we sent you guys.
Yeah. Hey, today we got a good one.
Oh, we do have a good one. This could be long-winded, but
that's okay.
But I think it's part of our segment of beginning golf.
Beginner golf. And we're just going to stick with golf today. I mean, I don't think we're going to do much fishing, but yeah, I think it's and our thing today is
golf etiquette.
Golf etiquette.
So the thing is, golf has rules. Yep. Golf etiquette has opinions.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, and and I think we kind of hit a little bit on this in our last episode about the etiquette, but a lot of people don't know, especially new golfers, and so we're going to kind of hit the high spots today and see what we can do. And so
it's a little different look from what you guys are used to from my first 5 videos, but I think you guys are going to enjoy this. This atmosphere. I'm pretty excited for this.
Hey, I'm ready. Let's roll with it.
Yeah, man. So I think the golf etiquette. We're going to break down some of the unwritten rules.
Yeah, that's true.
The unwritten rules, stuff that beginners maybe don't know, and some of the veteran golfers, they just maybe don't pay attention. They just know. And
I think sometimes they get too comfortable.
Granted. Yeah,
they get comfortable and they just kind of push these to the side. Simple ones. I talked a little bit last episode about the guy that we played with one time that talked the whole time. He had and he wasn't talking to us.
Yeah,
he was talking on the phone. So, the whole time, and I guess it didn't bother him, but it was a little hard to concentrate with him, and he was making deals. He was making money.
Well, tonight, we have a few topics. Hope we can get through them all.
All right. Fire it up.
The golf etiquette. There's a few topics, and like I said, we'll hope we can get through them all. You don't need to know everything, and it's okay to ask questions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Especially if you're beginner golf. Golf etiquette is not written down. It's just something you learn, and you remember. And
that's true.
Hopefully that, you learn from other golfers you go play with,
And I think too, at this point, because it's an unwritten rule, and because usually the golfers you go to are kind and are having a good time, sometimes they won't call you out on it.
Right. Oh,
The only people that call you out on it are the buttholes that got a golf club stuck up their rumpus. So ask the questions.
Yeah.
And some of them, are, especially, how are we going to start? We're going to start around the green.
We'll start. But yeah, with that said, no one tells us rules, but everyone will remember when you break them.
Oh yeah, when you break a rule, you get the eye roll and the huff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
way I've got it broken down is the first one is personal space.
Oh yeah, I love it.
A lot of times beginners don't realize how much where you stand matters.
Yeah,
And
it's not, and it's alignment. We talked a little bit about aligning your shots, but
Yeah.
If you've got somebody that's just a little bit on your peripheral, it's distracting.
It is distracting. It's probably later on. We'll probably get into this etiquette, but one of mine is when I'm teeing off on the tee box, and I can see someone standing behind me.
Yeah.
If they don't move, it's not as bad. But most of the time they're kind of moving around, swaying, trying to get ready for their shot, and that one really bothers me.
So I will say this: usually when you're on the tee and you're teeing off, if you're not the one on the tee with the club, I think that the thing I notice most is most golfers will stand to the back, and so that they're looking across you, and that actually helps you locate your ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
My eyes are really bad, and when I have a very hard time tracking my own ball after I hit it, mainly because it goes in such weird places.
Right.
But having, three guys or somebody behind lined up, and they're all watching, and they're quiet, and they stand far enough back to be out of the way.
Yeah.
And usually they're just, standing there with their clubs, and they're not, and everybody gets quiet. And to me, that's a good idea to follow. I mean,
Oh yeah, for sure.
it's a good, and that's not a rule. I mean, there's nowhere that's written down.
No, it's just something and hopefully people will tell you. I have, mistakenly have done that to somebody, and I'll call it. They called me out, but it wasn't like disrespect me, but it was they just they don't like anybody in their vision, and I completely understand that.
Yeah.
And you know what? Apologize. You move on.
Yeah,
nothing is
just
said after that.
Learn and go. And I think I remember several times with me, I'm usually slow getting to my clubs.
Yeah.
And if somebody hits fast, I've been at my clubs making noise, and then I hear, behind me I hear a hit, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
oh God, I feel bad because I was making noise, and
Well,
So
some people are really sensitive to that.
yeah.
I think it's no particular time, but I think it's just what people hear at that moment.
Yeah.
Another thing too is someone standing too close to you while you're swinging. I mean, you don't want to be up on their personal space.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing. These clubs move fast.
Yeah.
And it's very easy.
And whether, like you said, the space, I mean, it's a wide swing arc.
Yeah.
And whether or not somebody is actually going to get hit or not, I don't think that's the point. I think
Yeah.
it's that if you even think you're going to come close,
Oh,
or if you
oh, yeah.
catch a glimpse of something, it really throws you
It
off.
really does throw you off.
So personal space, give people some room. Be quiet
Yep.
if you can.
Yeah, I've got one in there that's going to talk about the noise, but you're 100% right. The quietness, I'll go ahead and say it because it's in my segment. But we're not in a library, You don't have to be quiet all the time.
No,
but especially
there's
when
a lot of talking and camaraderie.
Exactly, and it's just in that moment where you're swinging or getting ready to play. Once the ball's hitting in the air, have at it.
And I truly feel like that if you're standing there with somebody watching the ball and that's a helpful thing for them. But it also puts you, you're there to play golf,
Yeah.
and you're there to play golf with other people. If you and somebody else are in the back talking about blah 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 whatever,
Yeah.
whether you're quiet or not, when the person hits, it makes that person feel like you all aren't in the game. You're not there with them.
Well,
So,
I remember playing with this one guy. We're talking about noise. Just got a single, and he joined us. I'm teeing off, and right before I get ready to hit the ball, he's like, "Oh, hey, look at there! Look at those deer! Did you see those deer go across the
Yeah.
fairway?" I'm like, "Oh, dude,
Wow.
come on, man!" So it's kind of one of the things you back up and just be respectful.
I played. Me and my dad got paired. We got a single that came with us, and we didn't know him. And he was a French guy, and he had Tourette's. It was horrible. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I didn't know what he was saying, but he was apparently he was very vulgar, and he talked about body parts and stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
And just every few seconds, it'd be like, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that was bad.
That's a pretty bad, I guess, disease. But some people will, just go along with it in life, and they know they have it, and actually make fun of themselves. Anyway, we won't get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I do remember one word he said over and over again a lot was merd, and apparently that's a term for excrement.
oh,
But he said it a lot.
nice. All right,
And,
man. So I'll tell you the next one. We want to talk about a little bit of pace of play.
Oh yeah.
No one cares how bad you are.
No.
They care how long it takes.
Exactly. And you can be a bad golfer and still be fast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My suggestion is if you're a bad golfer, make sure that you take 36 balls.
Oh yeah. Well,
and they're cheap balls. And don't be afraid. If you go and look for a ball for a couple of, a minute or two, and you're not finding it, just take the drop.
Take the drop. That ball's gone.
Yeah,
it's starting a new life.
It does. And somebody else is going to pick it up and then sell it back to you later.
Yeah, probably me. I'll probably buy it. But yeah, like Bart said, take the drop. Take the stroke and move on.
Yeah.
Because I think by rule of thumb, it's you get 3 minutes. That's the rule. You get 3 minutes to search for the ball, and then you have to go either go back to the tee or wherever you hit it from. But when we're playing around with our buddies, we don't do that 3-minute deal.
No.
But but within reason, we still, within a few minutes, hey dude, just drop it out.
Yeah, and even if you're you're a golfer who's very rule conscious and you're playing a very strict game.
Yeah.
Don't expect a beginner to do the same thing. If somebody's with you and they're playing and they're struggling and they lose a ball and they should go back to the tee and re-tee,
Yeah.
but instead they get in the cart with you and they drop where your ball is.
Yeah.
Don't really knock them for that because
Right.
that's their way to not inconvenience you as a good golfer.
Yeah. I think as you're learning as a beginner, understand what you have to do when you lose a ball or you can't find your ball. But if our buddy say, hey man, just come up here and drop with me, make sure you take that stroke. But make sure they understand, hey, realistically, you're supposed to go back
Right.
to the tee box.
That's great to tell them that. That's a hard thing on the rules.
Yeah.
Knowing, like, I know that there's so many rules. Like if you get past a certain point, you drop in a certain area.
Yeah.
But if you didn't get past a certain point, you have to go back, and that's very. I don't know those rules.
Well, we'll get.
We may hit those.
We'll
later.
get in a second about the rules. Because we can probably talk 2 episodes on rules and just kind of trying to explain to it. But I think just be respectful on a pace of play.
Yeah.
Just learn the game, understand the etiquette, and don't be afraid to ask.
And good golfers be helpful.
Yeah.
And be don't be put off by the fact that some guy wants to come up and drop where you did a ball. He's there. It's helping you.
Yeah, you know what good does it do if he goes back to the tee and he hits another one out of bounds?
Another one
you
out
know,
of
it's the confidence that, booster. If you lose your confidence if you do hit another one out of bounds. But now, you know, we're just talking about amateurs and beginners. Now, a tournament, you know, is a different story. But you know, that, like I say, it's not.
Yeah, this segment is for beginners, and we said that early on. We're not talking about, you know, cheating at all.
Right. Yeah.
This is learning a game.
Learning the game. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Cool, man.
what's next, Gene?
So, cart behavior. Golf cart behavior.
Oh, I don't ever do that. Yeah.
Well, you know, carts are for transportation, not entertainment.
Oh my gosh, yes they are. They're like go-karts. Yeah, I mean.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
We're experimenting. Remember now, we're talking to beginners out
This
here.
is beginners.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're talking about beginners. So yeah.
So no running over somebody's ball. Okay, let me ask you: have you ever run over someone's ball? Of course he has. Yes. Flatten it. Maybe even back over it.
Yeah, we probably did it and be like, "Hey, dude, I found your ball."
I found your ball. It looks like a sunny side egg now.
You know, it's
only
two
sticking
balls
out.
deep.
Yeah, it's 2 balls deep. Oh. Yeah, we actually
That's
one
terrible.
time. This is terrible, but I was helping a guy find his ball, and I found it, and it was right next to a dead pigeon. So I actually put it kind of on the dead pigeon. He was not very happy about that.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's, you know, we used to do.
We have fun when we play golf.
We used to do our buddy Kelly that way, man.
And
Dude.
he's germophobic at the time, and the fact that his ball was in a dead pigeon.
I tell you one that I did to him one time was I was trying to run over his ball, and I barely got it with the tire outside the tire, and that thing goes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, messing with people's balls.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that didn't sound right.
Yeah. Hey, dude, you know
How do you put that? How do you say that without it being dirty?
Dude, I'm telling you. Here, hang on. One of our episodes needs to talk about the equipment and the names. You know,
all the things you can say, or the things. What is it? They say only things that you hear in golf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do some terms.
Something you can say in golf, and say to your
not say to
girlfriend,
your girlfriend.
or to your wife or something.
Yeah, we'd have a whole episode on that.
Well,
Yeah.
Topaz, she calls it a golf stick.
A golf stick. Well, you know,
I mean,
Persephone called it a golf bat.
oh,
Y'all meet Persephone one day.
yeah, golf stick. Anyway,
But yeah, sorry, but we're talking cart etiquette.
we are talking. So we're talking about etiquette is tonight. Now, if we strictly done our rules, we want to add this stuff in between. You know, this what makes this show fun.
Hopefully it does.
Hopefully it does. But yeah, I think, you know, far as back to etiquette, you know, carts do make people forget how to act. You know, it's, you know, listen, you're responsible for that cart.
Yeah,
it's almost.
And even though it is rather tough,
yeah,
you still can't, you can't run into the back of the cart in front of you just for giggles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Follow the cart path rules.
Oh yeah, now
Beginners,
a lot of people don't understand that.
They don't. It's when it's cart path only. Let me say this about when it's cart path only. I don't like it. Not because, you know, I have to walk. It's just, you know, we're used to riding. You know, we don't walk the course, but that's the only time it's cart rules cart path only is when it rains or it's been a little
And
soggy,
it's really
it's
wet.
saturated,
Yeah.
and
So,
but you know,
two things. You know, you've got to walk to your ball, and you've got to walk through soupy, soppy sod.
Yeah.
So
well, we went and played Pinehurst one year.
that is a very, very, very nice course.
Yeah, Pinehurst number 2. It's where the U.S. Open Championship is.
That's cool.
Actually, they was just there in 24 to come back in 29. But the 4 of us, got this package deal, and we got to the tee box, and the guy's like, "Hey, you getting a caddy?" He's like, "No, we're just gonna go ride." He's like, "Okay." We're like,
He's like, okay, did we just make a
I was
mistake?
like, "Okay, what? Why?" Well, it was cart path only.
Yeah.
No carts on that number 2. But what they didn't tell you, like these cart paths are not just a straight down parallel with the fairway. It's off, that beaten path. So if you go on a par 5, you are, let's say you hit your tee shot, I don't know, 250. Well, you get your club, go hit again. And then you get it down there to the green somewhere, let's say 100 yards. Walk back to your cart, drive down, then walk back over to hit your 100-yard shot. So you have walked, back and forth 3 times.
You walked more than the distance.
That's what
to the hole.
And then I figured out what he meant. If you had gotten a caddy and walked it, you would have had less steps.
Less steps. I can see that. I mean, because out and back, out and back, out and back.
Yeah, we were thinking. I tell you, the whole process, the whole thought process was we put a couple GoPros on the golf carts. It was like, man, this is cool. It's U.S. Open.
And all you
Pinehurst
saw
number 2.
was trees.
Yeah. So what I had to do was like when I would go to a tee box or a green, I would kind of diagonally, I kind of turn the cart so I could like see us hit the shots or putt, whatever it may be. So I got some good footage, but it's like we're on the par 5. You just got the trees, But yeah.
So and sometimes you'll hear 90-degree rule.
Yeah.
And that means, when you're on the cart path and you hit your ball, you can take the cart and you can kind of go straight out to your ball, hit your ball, and then drive straight back to the cart path. So there are certain things like that. And sometimes they'll even tell you certain holes are cart path only.
And I'm glad you said that because par 3s are always cart path only.
Yeah.
Because, you hitting the iron into the green, hopefully you'll hit the green or somewhere around the green and you park next to the green. But, another one I like is when you can ride the rough. Like you can't.
Oh, yeah.
You may not be able to ride, go on the fairway 9 degrees or straight down it, but at least the rough, you can kind of get around it and get closer to your golf ball.
Well, Gene just said something that made me think about another part of golf etiquette is don't get too close to the green.
Yeah.
And, sometimes they have little signs out there with, like cart and an arrow.
Yeah.
But if there's not, you still want to keep a good distance away from the putt, from the green.
That's a good point. They do have little stakes with arrows, and it's usually, 20, 30 yards off the green. Because if you land short and you're chipping up, well, that grass in behind those stakes is probably going to be your best part of the grass on the course.
And a lot of times, another thing with carts is hills. We have a lot of hills around here.
Yeah.
And, these carts will tip. And so, be careful. Don't take them up some crazy inclines. First off, they've got tires that don't have any tread at all, and it's to save the grass.
Right.
So this isn't some 4-wheel drive ATV or side by side that you can just take up a mountain. So be careful and kind of be courteous to the course with the golf cart.
Definitely, that's a good word. Be courteous to the course, because like I said, you are responsible for that cart. Because when you play around, you're kind of leasing, renting.
Yeah, and it's somebody else's property.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they do have insurance that takes care of that, but treat it like it's your own. And if someone's riding with you, you're responsible for that person. So if you have an accident, we won't get the details of some stories we have.
Yeah,
but,
we got some good stories of accidents.
We're trying to help you guys. This, you'll understand all this. Once you get into golf and playing it later. But
I can't think of much else with the carts. Some of the carts have accessory kind of things on them. They've got the divot. I don't even know what you call them. They look like urinals. They look like little.
Oh, you talking about the little sand
urinals?
Yeah.
But it's when you take a divot, you're supposed to take that and spread it back in there. A lot of people will go get the divot and bring it back and tap it
Yeah.
down. And
So-
sometimes that's okay, but sometimes that little chunk you just hit will die.
Yeah.
And so there's
Yep.
this little dead pile of grass.
Right.
So, you're supposed to take these little cans full of sand, and it's got sand and grass seed and,
Yep.
and a bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah, just some
And
healthy
Fill it in.
nutrients for the grass. But that actually leads us right into the next little thing is taking care of the course.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have listen. Bart just said talking about fixing your divots. Now you don't have to fix everything. We're not in the turf management.
Right.
But just fix what you caused. If you took a divot, and if you can't get that divot, get the sand and the grass mixture that
Yeah.
Bart mentioned that was on the golf cart
In the
and-
urinal.
Yep, and just fill it in, and because that helps the grass be healthy and and grow and
Yeah, and I think I would like to find out, and maybe we can find this out and tell everybody later.
Yeah.
But I think from what I heard, it's actually better to use the sand mix than it is to try to get that,
Yeah.
that doormat sized piece of grass you just
Yeah.
cleaved out of the golf cart
Yeah.
course. Ball marks
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's another one.
That's a big one, man.
on the green, ball marks, and most of the time yours
Yeah.
because you've been there and
You
can fix that.
hope you've hit a good enough shot.
I know, to have a ball
to
mark.
make a dent in the green. It's the one. I hate saying rule because it's not a rule. It's just the unwritten.
Yeah.
That you make a ball mark, fix your mark, and then one more. That's what it's kind of like what everybody kind of tells you. Hey, fix your mark and one more, because there will be some people that don't do it.
Right. And if you find another one, there's nothing wrong. You've got time usually when you're on the green. You've got time to kind of take your divot, and that's the other thing. What's the proper way to fix a ball mark?
Dude, I've heard it two different ways. I'm sure you have too. I've heard you take your little divot tool and you push forward.
Yeah, mash, kind of like squeeze the sphincter
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, and I've seen. I guess it depends on the depth of the mark.
Yeah.
But not most people will just put it in and go backward, just kind of pop it up.
Just kind of pop up.
and then just take your putter and just tap it back down, because
Yeah.
when you do that you pull up the green and the grass, so just kind of tap it down.
Yeah, and so I think the best thing to say is, your ball has compressed, the sand,
Yeah.
the green, the grass, and everything. So whether you take it forwards or lift it or whatever, as long as you loosen it up good,
That's
and then
I want to say.
and make it so that it's flat.
Yeah.
Gene said the putter. Definitely, make sure that if somebody else's ball rolls across it, you're not going to change their line.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to do, but
It's not. I think
I've used tees.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think the biggest thing is just get that uncompacted.
Right. Get it
and,
uncompacted.
get it to breathe. That's why you said use a tee. You really don't. It doesn't matter. A divot tool has two forks, and the tee only has one, obviously. But it's. I think that's a good point. I like that one.
We need a new word. Decompacted. Is that a word? Can we use it? Can we make that?
Decompacted.
All right. Uncompacted.
So if it's compacted,
Yeah, we need to
we need a
discompact.
Decompacted.
I want to make a word. All right. So we've on the green. What else? What else we got?
So,
we've damaged the green.
We damaged the green. Listen, let me say this real quick. Not fixing the ball marks. That little size of the ball will kill that grass.
Yeah.
They may have to replace it, but it actually, if you don't fix it, it hurts the next person putting.
Oh gosh.
And this is where golf etiquette comes into play. You may not know the person behind you. So if they're going to be putting, they don't want to have to go throw putt through a divot or whatever. But that's the biggest key to take away from this one. Taking care of the course.
Yeah.
We've already said the divots in the fairway. And it's the same with on the tee box. It's just a lot of times these courses will have the mixture in a little bucket.
Yeah,
You know, a little
on
scoop.
the tee box.
On the little scoop there. But the other one is bunkers. And I
Yep.
said this before, I'm not a very good bunker player, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to take care of the bunker.
Yeah.
But, you know.
So many people don't.
No.
Well, this is a good point. This is a good time to ask this question
Yeah.
because I don't know the answer to this.
Okay.
Where do you put the rake?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I put it just outside the bunker.
Outside the bunker.
But
Yeah, I'm always concerned, you know, do I put it on the far side of the bunker so that, you know, do I put it on
yeah, I'll tell you
do
what.
I line it up straight? Do I put it sideways? That's something I really don't know.
Yeah, so let's put a link, you know, about bunker care.
Right there.
But you know, as far as we play, you know, wherever we go in, that's where we leave it.
Yeah, because you try not to, you know, be like Magellan and work
Yeah.
your way all through it. You go straight to your ball. Usually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think. So let's think about this way. Let's look at the options here. If the rake is on the outside of the bunker,
Yeah.
and your ball goes towards that bunker and stops up against that rake.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Okay, or if the rake was in the bunker, then it's going to go and stop to the rake. So I think, you know, the rules come into play. You know,
As what I would suggest now that Gene said that, it makes a whole lot of sense. As an amateur, I would much rather the rake be completely sideways and my ball hit it and bounce
back in the fairway.
back in the fairway than actually go into the bunker because I suck
Yeah.
at bunker play.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, yeah, put that sucker sideways and block as much of
Yeah.
that sand trap as you can.
Yep. I'll
Yeah.
tell
I
you,
mean,
man.
Bunkers you say bunker. I love calling them sand traps because it's what it is. It's a freaking trap.
Traps you, man.
It's a
Just-
fucking trap.
Yeah,
Oh,
just-
I said freaking.
Hey, have you? And I know you played in Myrtle Beach.
did.
Do you remember the some of the courses down there that has the cart path
In the bunker.
in the bunker?
Yep. Well, it's because the whole freaking hole is nothing but sand.
Yeah.
With these little tufts of grass,
Yeah.
you know, here and there. But yeah, you drive your cart right through, and what do they call it, a waste bunker?
Waste bunker. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just
It's-
drive right through it.
Yep. It's just a waste bunker.
Yeah.
You know, just, you know, avoid, you know, unnecessary damages, you know, to the greens and tees, you know, and leave the course as good as you can, as you know, as you found it, or maybe even better.
Yeah, and I don't think there's you can put divots, or I guess they're divots, in the fairway.
Yeah.
But, you know, and do your best to kind of not do, you know, if you make a big divot, yeah, take it back, stick it down. And if there's, you know, 3 inches of dirt under it, yeah, you can put it back. It's like a slab of sod.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Yeah, that's mine.
But-
It's about 3 feet long.
3 feet
you know.
long. It's
We're-
about that wide.
We're going to put potatoes in that thing.
Yeah, that's right. You can plant stuff in. That's the way I leave. That's exactly the way I do.
Well, cool. Hey, let me say this real quick. You
Yep.
know, again, I want to, you know, thank the Gopher Hole for letting us be here.
Yeah, this is so awesome. We're
the-
watching people,
Yeah,
and there's
so
so many people.
You'll probably see our eyes, you know, kind of wonder
Yeah.
sometimes, but you know, come on out, give them a shot.
Yeah, it's really
you know,
cool.
It's a lot of fun. The simulators are awesome.
Yeah, let's take the camera in the simulator. Hey guys, we're kind of back because it's still recording.
Yep.
And we can't hear it because we don't have our headphones. And Gene's trying to arrange the furniture so I won't spill beer on him again. Like I said before, we're here at the Gopher Hole. We took us a little break. We went around, we videoed some stuff, and who knows? Maybe Gene will be able to cut that in somehow and figure out what's going on. But
I'll tell you, I like this place.
it's
a
so
great
cool.
atmosphere. The people here are super friendly.
yeah, everybody's been friendly. I've actually seen a couple of people that I knew before. You know,
That's pretty wild, man. I mean, like, you know, you don't live in Abingdon,
Right.
You know, you live in I guess Bristol.
live in Bristol.
So, but it's a small world. But I tell you that our not now, but our beer review is going to be coming up shortly. But we have one of the bartenders that is going to do the beer
she's
review
going to help
with
us out. We got, and she said it's, well, we'll tell you later,
Yeah,
but
well-
it's a local beer. So, and not only that, she made a absolutely wonderful whiskey sour.
Whiskey, yeah.
And hopefully, right now, right here, we'll have a little cut to, and she'll be pouring it, and she does this crazy stuff, and it's it was really
cool, man.
really cool.
So I
And-
tell you, man. I want to say, dude, I appreciate you coming up here tonight. This
Gosh,
is
I love this,
fantastic,
man. I love this.
We've got a little bit, to talk about with our etiquette. And,
Yep.
we are already drinking our beer.
Sorry, we're already drinking.
This is not the beer review, so but
No.
just allow us to drink while we're.
If this is
at
a whiskey
location.
sour review, this wins. This is fantastic. She did a great job.
Go for whole. So yeah, man.
Go for
so,
whole, yep.
So let's jump back into it. We got a few more topics to talk about. And,
Yeah.
our next one is tee box etiquette.
Yeah.
The one thing that comes to mind is, don't tee off while the group ahead of you is kind of within reach.
Yeah.
I understand there's incidents where you might, if you're on a par 4 and it's say a short one like 325, 300, you may hit one. That may be your day to hit over a 300-yard drive. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just
And trust me, if you're thinking to yourself, there's no way I can hit into those people, that's when you hit your best drive.
Yeah.
And you roll it right up to them, or
Yeah.
you bounce it off the golf cart, and that's never fun.
Well, and I
all
think-
of a sudden, everything goes bad.
Yeah, and I think it's the same way. I said tee box, but I think it's the same way as in the fairway. And it obviously it's a little closer. But yeah, just be aware of the group in front of you.
And group in front, don't think that it's. I mean, if it happens once,
Yeah.
don't lose your. Yeah, how can I say that without? Don't lose your cool. Malarkey if somebody rolls a ball into you.
Yeah.
Because more than anything, I would say it was not on purpose. Now,
Right.
if it happens multiple times, lose your crap and go back there and hit it back at them or whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's just a single time, come on, man.
Well, obviously, we don't want to be hit with the golf ball, but if somebody hits one 325 and it's rolling up to me on the green while I'm putting,
they probably,
kudos, man.
They probably have never hit a shot like that, and they're
Kudos to
probably
that.
back there going, "Oh my God, I just hit that! I've never hit." So come on.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think a lot of times we hit early because we're so pressured to make play. We're so the pace of play, but don't make up your time there. Make up your time somewhere else.
Yeah.
And but go. So what else?
So
On the tee box.
I think this could lead into another one, but I think the order on the tee, basically without turning it into some kind of committee meeting. But like what I mean by that is tee box etiquette. We if you are playing ready golf, go up. It doesn't matter who.
And,
who,
and the
who it
other
is,
thing,
because that kind of relates to that pace of play.
but there is an actual kind of unwritten rule.
Yes, and that's what I was going to get to that one. So it's okay to ignore those honors, but never ever hit in front of somebody that just made a birdie.
Ah, okay.
Is that where you going? Going?
Yeah, I mean, I've always heard that whoever got the best score on the last hole goes first, and then it goes back to the oddest.
And it could be, this may be kind of hard to describe, but you're right. Whoever had the best score on the previous hole goes first. But if there's a tie, it kind of goes back 2 holes.
Yeah.
But I guess, but if you're playing ready golf, it doesn't matter. But
but don't get bent get bent out of shape.
Yeah,
if you've got honors, I think that's what we usually call it.
Yeah.
If you've got honors on the hole, and there's somebody out there that you can reach, but there's a player in your group that there is no chance in the world they're going to go.
Yeah.
Let them hit.
Yeah.
And don't lose your crap over it.
That's a good one.
That really speeds up play.
Yeah,
And that's what we're looking for is pace of play.
Pace of play, is a big one. But like you said, the honors. And let me get back to what I was talking about with the birdie thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's definitely not written, but it's like if someone birdies a hole, and you're going up to the next tee box, it's like it is an unwritten rule. Like, I'm not going in front of that guy just made a birdie.
Yeah. Unless he tells you to.
Unless he tells you to.
Yeah.
It's like, this dude just made a birdie, which is a heck of accomplishment.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're gonna let him. This is your hole, man. You tee off. But like you said, unless he tells you to go ahead,
Yeah, and he may do it, and then again, he may just want the honor of being first.
Yeah, and if you're like me, I just birdied all. My next tee shot is probably 300 yards in the woods.
I doubt that very seriously, Gene. I've never seen you hit a ball that bad. I noticed on our list. I was looking at your list, Gene.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was looking at it.
That's cool, man.
And the practicing thing. I really don't know the unwritten rule there. Because a lot of times you kind of want to take a swing, and I've heard that it's actually like almost like a true rule of golf, that if you take a full practice swing on the tee box, that's kind of a bad thing, isn't it? Or is it just etiquette?
Let me say this: if you are the one teeing off, then yes, take the practice swing.
Gotcha.
Don't obviously you don't want to take like 6 or 7. I mean, I have a routine.
Yeah.
I'll describe this. I have a routine. I'll put my the tee and the ball on the ground, and I always back up, and I take my practice swing behind the ball.
Okay.
That's just me. You don't have to do that, guys. You don't have to do that at all. But I'll take one swing, and then I'll go up and line my feet up. But I guess if this is the way you were going, you don't want to take a practice swing if it's not your turn.
Yeah, if you're back there, even if you're 10 or 15 feet back, and you're back there wailing away, and somebody's trying to tee off, come on.
I think it goes back to what we had talked about earlier, is like the line of sight, peripheral vision. Just like if I'm teeing off and I see you back there swinging away, I'm like, oh man, come on, dude.
Yeah, I swear. And to me, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, if you're playing golf with a group, you need to be in that group. And to me, that means you're watching that person tee off.
Yeah.
And you're watching where their ball goes.
You're
not just messing around over the. Be there.
Yeah.
Be part of the group.
Perfect, man. That is excellent. You just said that, because I think maybe one of our other podcasts we had said pros have the gallery.
Oh yeah.
They have marshals.
They never lose the ball.
So it's kind of like another unwritten etiquette that just help them find watch the ball.
Help an old man out. Help an old man out that can't see his ball when it leaves the tee, and it's like, well, I don't know where that one went. Sounded good.
I got it. It's 200 yards.
Yeah.
In the water.
Yeah. What was that splash? Hey, I'd rather be fishing.
Did you see that fish?
Yeah, that's the time when I say I'd rather be fishing.
Then that's what I club him in the kneecap.
Yeah. Nancy Kerrigan's me.
Yeah. But yeah.
And wasn't that her name? Or Tanya Harding, whatever?
Yeah. You got both of them right, I think.
I got both of them right?
Yeah.
Hey, good for me.
Yeah, I think, but yeah, man, just be considerate, on the tee box. And it kind of goes with that line of sight. And
this is unless you're playing with our group, and then we usually specifically do weird stuff. Like we'll toss a ball as you during your backswing, and it hits and rolls by your other one. Or the other good one is to be behind you and stick the driver between your legs real fast. You know
what my favorite one is?
What's that?
Is my shadow.
Oh.
I'll put the club between my legs and make it look like
you got a schlong. Yeah, and put it right over the ball. See, these are all things that probably it's great ideas. Probably shouldn't do it.
Probably shouldn't do it.
Probably shouldn't do it.
That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what we're.
That's right. That's not what we're talking about. This is a little bad.
So yeah, man, I think with the the tee box etiquette. It kind of rolls into the honors.
Yeah.
And order of play, and I tell you, this one drives me nuts. Do not give me advice.
Oh my God, yes, that is so good, Gene.
Don't, unless I ask for it. And if I come to you and say, "Hey, man,
What am I doing wrong?
they're just I'm just not playing well. Do you see?
Yeah,
anything?
do you see something?
Listen, don't give me advice without me asking.
Oh,
yeah.
Big rule. That is, to me, that's fantastic. I mean, unless somebody asks for help,
Yeah.
don't give it.
I'll be like, if they give me help, I'm like, dude, why am I listening to you? If I wanted help, I'd go pay for it.
Yeah, I go pay for it.
Go for a lesson.
Because usually that person then goes up there and hits this really wonky shot right after they've told you what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody what they're doing wrong. It's just bad. Hey,
well,
we got Kristen. Kristen, come on in here.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing. Hi, guys. We've got Kristen, the bartender, coming in and talking to us. Tell us about what we got going on. You want to do a bill review? You want to do this now?
I mean, if you want, I just was bringing them over to see if you all wanted to, you know what I mean? I was
Okay.
take your all's instructions.
All right,
give
we'll
us
set it down and
five
we'll
minutes.
talk a little bit and then we'll come and holler at you.
We're just about to the end
And you
of
can
it.
leave them, that's fine. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, Kristen just came in and the bartender, and she brought our beer that we're going to do the beer review
she's
on.
gonna do the beer review.
So we'll do that in a little
That's
bit.
very cool. So I think don't give me advice.
Don't
You
give
know,
advice.
And I think our next one is like.
No, wait a minute. Now, you can't
Yeah.
give this advice.
Okay.
I love the one where somebody says, you're standing too close to the ball. And you say, well, should I back up? It's like, no. I'm talking about after you hit it. You're standing way too close to it. And the one that everybody says is when you miss the ball or just barely clip it and it rolls about 3 inches in front of the tee, everybody says the same thing. Oh, yeah, your accuracy was good, but your distance sucked.
The towards.
Yeah, that's a good golf term. Towards.
Yep. That's what I use when if I push one or pull one, it's offline.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hit it good, but my towards is off.
My towards was off. I love it. That's great.
Yeah. So.
And I don't know why I keep putting the microphone in my nose. It's just so fun.
I don't either, man.
I love it.
But I think, hey, again, go for hole. We were here tonight. So
a lot of people coming in. I know you probably can't hear them from the background because we got these really cool microphones.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people in here. It's
There
a
is
very
a lot.
busy place, and they're at the bar. They're playing pool. They're playing darts. They're back there in the simulator. So yeah.
So I think
Go for hole.
So let me finish up with this statement. I said,
Okay.
you don't
look at your list.
You don't have to be good. You just have to be aware. And I'm speaking
I
of
like that.
I'm speaking of golf etiquette. You
Yeah.
don't have to be good. Just be aware.
And don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Just kind of remember that's a really important one.
Yeah.
Don't carry on a conversation, behind somebody doing something. Don't give advice.
Well, I'll say this. We are giving you, I guess, advice or just kind of like some help. Go have fun.
Exactly.
Have fun. If you're going out with your buddies, have fun. Give them a hard time. That's okay. But it's kind of like learn those unwritten rules.
Exactly. And you'll learn them as you go. But hopefully we've thrown a couple of them out there today. I love the fact, to me, be present. Be part of the group. Don't be waddling around back in the back in your golf bag, letting everybody hit. And, don't be doing practice swings and stuff. Be part of the group. And to me, like, we've said this, watch somebody's ball.
Yeah.
Oh my God, as a beginner, that's the greatest thing that you can do is help somebody get to their ball quickly, because that's one of the hardest things is as a beginner is not knowing where your ball went, and it's such a horrible feeling.
Well, you're taking what's a diameter of a golf ball? 2 inch?
An inch and a quarter.
So, and you're talking this thing going, from 150 to 300 yards. It just depends. But
especially like me, like I said, once I hit the ball, I cannot see it. I see just maybe a little thing, but then I don't have, my vision sucks out to a certain point. And at that point, I don't see it. I have no idea where it went. And I rely on these guys, the people with me, to say, oh, yeah, you're way over there. Or I don't know where it went. It went up there, and then it turned.
You got the 90% of the top of that ball.
Yeah, holy cow! Either that, or like, well, look at the dirt path that it hit off the tee. It's right out there.
let me leave you with this final thought. Golf, isn't always about rules. It's about having proper professionalism.
Yes,
just be
exactly.
be proper.
And we're talking about recreational and beginner golfers.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Just be professional.
Do the best you can.
Learn the rules, but learn the etiquette. That's big for me. But guys,
and don't be afraid to ask.
No, absolutely not. Just ask.
Because we're helpful people. Look at us. We're here helping you.
Yeah. Hey. Send us any questions. We'll do what we can.
Please do. Or other etiquette or rules that you know of. And I know we've missed 1,000, but any etiquette or anything that you can think of, send us. And guys, I don't know. I always see people on YouTube and everything going, oh yeah, click this and and click that.
Yeah.
I think that's like subscribe and notification. I don't really know about that, but if you want to do that, that's great. But I would much rather you share us with your friends.
Yeah, I think we are on a lot of different platforms, and the only reason that we did that is like just get it out there.
Yeah, we're having fun, guys, and we hope that you guys are learning just a little nugget of something. Oh, I hear it.
Do you hear that?
No hype, no script, just what we find. 2 guys, 1 beer, 2 states of mind.
Hey guys, we're back, and we are now doing our beer review. You heard our jingle, it went ding-a-ding-a-ding, did the thing, and we have Kristen with us.
From the Gopher Hole.
From the Gopher Hole, which we have been having an absolute blast today. We've had so many people come and talk. It's been wonderful, and everybody here is having a blast. I mean, everybody that walks in, and it's almost like Cheers, if you remember. I've seen so many people walk through the door, and it's like, hey, Fred, what are you doing? And then they get piled up with somebody else.
This is a great location.
It's really good.
It's been fun. Everybody's been friendly. I love it. We've had a great time.
Well, actually, we've been here for, this podcast usually is 30 minutes to an hour. I think we've got 4 hours worth of video.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with a marathon.
And, we may turn this into 4 different podcasts.
We may have to, but we want to appreciate everybody. Hopefully we can come back.
Yeah, we appreciate you letting us come and just be part of this. All right, so we're going to do the beer review.
Yeah, let's do it.
Kristen's got the beer. She's going to open it up.
So tonight we are reviewing that Backbone Vienna Lager.
Love it.
I'm a fan of lager. I think it's a good, crisp, clean.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. So
actually, Kristen, the jingle that we have is like it says, 2 guys, 1 beer, 2 states of mind.
All right.
Because we really have complete different ideas about beer.
Yeah.
All right, so let's open these things up.
Yep.
All right, good deal. So I'm going to start with mine right
You
here.
do, and it is.
Oh, that's kind of weak. Here you go. Let's see
All
if
right,
this
that's
will make a little bit
Unranked.
better of a noise.
And Unhinged.
There we go. Tap all the way off.
Unranked and Unhinged. So let's give it a
And
pour.
we're going to pour it, and we're going to see what goes on. So pour some beer, Kristen.
Yeah, here we are.
You need to own it.
So what I really like about this is the first time that I tried this several years ago, whenever I had been coming back to Abingdon after being away for about 4 years. What's nice about this is it's like medium bodied, you know. It's got like a nice, beautiful amber color to it.
So let's talk about the color. Let's talk about the color and the clarity of it.
Yeah, it is super crisp.
It is.
This one sat for a second.
And I think that's where the lager, you know, being kind of like a Pilsner kind of thing, it gives you that clean look.
The Pilsner that we did the last time, I noticed when you poured it, it was very fuzzy. You know, it had a lot of bubbles. It had a lot of stuff going on. You know, this, when you poured it, it came out no head. I mean, you know, there's very much.
Yeah, well, that one, especially since it was colder, there's definitely not as much head on it as you would see, say, like a Guinness or like an Irish Stout or something like that. So this is a lot more approachable for people who don't really say that they don't like to drink beer, or if they're really turned off by somewhat of a bitter or like a what's sometimes can be described as like a harsh flavor, you know, like people that don't really care for like a lot of hops or something like that, you know, or don't really like an IPA. This is a lot more easy on the palate, you know.
Yeah. So you said it was a Devil's Backbone, but in Damascus?
Right, so Damascus Brewery is who makes it, and Devil's Backbone is one of the I think that's like their like a what do you call it, like a sub name, or like a and then the Vienna Lager is going to be the style of the beer, how it's brewed.
Well, I do know. I'm a home brewer, and I knew Vienna. You have Vienna malt,
right?
So I think that's where the lager, like the Vienna, comes from. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, just looking at it, it looks very clear. It's
so
got a
clear,
beautiful
man.
color.
So
I mean, the color is, and it poured so neat because there was no bubbles.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the last Pilsner we had was very bubbly at the bottom, and I'm hoping that this will be a little flatter than what we had before.
So here we go, right? Cheers, buddy.
Cheers,
do you
gentlemen.
mind if we take a drink?
Oh, go ahead, absolutely.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, and what I like about this one too is I feel like it's a nice like local, you know, option. It's one of those that like when you go to a local place here, and if they have bottles like that kind of selection, I will pick this anytime over a Michelob or over like a Bud Light or something like that. And I like that it's heavy enough weight to it where it's good to drink during the wintertime, but during the summertime, if you have one of those that's ice cold, it goes good with pizza, it goes good with pasta, cheese and charcuterie. And I like the fact that it's versatile.
So
and
this
it
is
doesn't.
more of a beer that you would pair with food?
Yeah, I really enjoy the fact that it like accentuates a lot of the ingredients that you see, and not only that, but like it brings out a lot of the flavor in different types of seasonings. We have some like Creole seasoning and stuff that we do with like our peel and eat shrimp here and like our shrimp po' boy. So I really feel like that helps bring out a lot of the flavor and the seasoning and things like that. Whereas some beers or some alcohols have such a strong flavor profile in and of themselves that sometimes that they just kind of stand alone. Whereas this one, I feel like that if you were having like guests or having a group or something like that, I feel like this would suit a lot of different taste palettes and would also really go well with a lot of different types of food. Even probably dessert too. Like I would say that if you were going to do dessert, if you like caramel, maybe like a salted caramel dessert.
So maybe
or
that's
like
what I'm tasting is a little bit of the.
Maybe I don't know if it's rich as something like a chocolate, but definitely this is something to where like you can eat it, you can drink it and then have it with your food, and it's not going to make you feel so full that you can't finish your meal, or vice versa. In the summertime, you're not going to feel super dehydrated or heavy.
And I think that pairing with food is a key. Understanding what food goes with what beer, because I have drank beer before and say
could do a whole
like
podcast
pizza or
on
hot
that.
dog or whatever. And it's like this beer does not go with this food.
Right.
A lot of some of the beers that we had before, we talked about how they have a cloudiness or a thickness with them, and we even went so far as we had one beer that had a mango puree, and that was thick. I mean, it was almost chewy. But this beer, to me,
but I tell you, man, that's where the lager. We've seen it 2 nights in a row. This is the lager that you see.
I know it's beautiful. I mean, the color is great, and I can, as far as my palate, after I taste it pretty strong at the beginning. But I don't get that real bitter taste that goes on and on and on and on.
That's really what I appreciate, that there's one, not a strong aftertaste.
Yeah.
And two, what we were talking about too, especially with food pairings, a lot of times what you'll see with a lot of during the summertime, a lot of people like, say for example, like fish and chips or like a fried flounder or something. Well, up here, we have trout. So So that's something that it's not seafood, but it's a nice fresh fish that's got like a light flavor to it. It doesn't really have like a very overpowering like fishy taste to it. So I feel like that is something that, since it's local here, and not only, you know, since we have that on our menu, it really accentuates, you know, like the flavor of the trout and brings out the freshness from the freshwater fish instead of like overpowering it. Now nuts are like pecans or like roasted almonds or something like that is something else. Maybe not so much peanuts, but definitely like roasted nuts and cheese is another thing too that I think would go really well with
Well, I
this.
noticed also that you all have like a bar mix up there.
We do. We got a little snack mix that High C made for us here in the house. So I know that she added the corn nuts and did some roasted nuts for us, like almonds, and then I think it's like, it's not Cracker Jacks, but there's something else in there too. So we,
I
you know,
think that would be really good to
Yeah.
have. Yes, I think that would be cool.
Well, I'll say, you know, this thing is 5.2%.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy drinking. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 stars.
okay,
Yeah, I mean,
all
I
right.
do too. And you know me, for drinking, there are beers that I've made beer face.
He's got the beer face.
Yeah, and when I'm drinking, and this isn't. I mean, the thing I like about it is, like you said, the aftertaste goes away pretty quick.
Yep.
It does have a little bitter, a little hoppy taste to it. I don't taste this. I'm not overpowered with any kind of spice, like, you know, the one that we had that you could almost taste the peppery taste
Yes,
to it.
that was the German Pilsner last
Yeah,
time.
Okay.
and but this isn't. I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, this with seafood,
that's the cool thing
or
about, you
nuts
know,
or something like that.
Different beers, you know, different Pilsners, different lagers, you know, there's different things, you know. That was a German Pilsner,
Yeah.
but, you know, it was, you tasted that different spice last night.
Well, this is awesome, and Kristen, thank you so
Yeah, of
much for coming
course.
in.
Yeah.
So I'll just say, you know, thanks again for the Go
Yeah,
for Hole.
thanks to Go
You know,
for Hole.
thanks,
We've had a
Kristen, for
blast
coming
here.
on for
Thank
the beer
you.
review.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know, we are unranked and unhinged.
Unranked and unhinged.
we're still learning, and we're
Yeah.
having a blast.
But yeah, thank you guys for coming, and you know, we'll sign out, and
We're out.
cheers. Cheers. I'm
Cheers.
sorry you don't have one to drink with us.
Well, I was gonna say I gotta wait till after my shift, but I will say though, as someone who has been, you know, I've been drinking beer for about 10 years. Normally, I like sours or like
Oh, me
Line and
too,
Kugel
yeah.
Summer Shandy. I love Smithwick's when I can find it. I was so blown away by how approachable that was to drink, and for, you know, sometimes ladies don't particularly like the heaviness or the
Yeah,
flavor
yeah,
of
yeah.
like a beer flavored beer, like
Yeah.
you know, like say like a classic like a Michelob or a Bud Light. But I think that this is something that would be really good and versatile to try for anybody, you know,
Definitely.
any
That
sort of
was-
flavor profile. So yeah, I definitely give it my
good
recommendation
term.
too.
Universal. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
used that. Yeah, that's a good
So
term for
I
this.
think next time we come up here, I bring the pickle goza.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All
So I'm a
right.
home brewer, and I do a pickle goza.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers,
everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
to the Go for Hole.
Thank you, friends.
You know, hopefully we'll be back, and I think we'll
Yeah.
definitely be back.
Definitely be back if they'll have us.
But yeah, good night. Enjoy.
Thanks.
Crack a cold one and tee it high. Lines in the water and the sun in the sky. Missed the green, lost the lure.